I thought I'd make a video on my kitchen faucet I have to replace. This is the part, the spray nozzle, and it pulls out of the top. But it's been here since we bought the house 6 years ago, and it's starting to leak through this braided hose. And it's leaking, spraying back up in through here, and then leaking down into the cabinet, getting everything wet. I was hoping I could just replace this part, pull it out, put in a new one, but I wasn't sure what this model was, so I just got a whole faucet. And what I got is an American Standard February 2S. There's the part numbers, in case you're interested. It's almost the same thing, but not quite. This is the base that came with the new one, and it's not as sturdy as the base with the old one, so I'm using the base over because they're the same size. The nice thing about this base is it has a bolt here and a bolt here, so I can tighten those up and get this really solid. The other one is just fastened in the center, so it might have more of a tendency to wobble. Now, to get the old faucet out, it's fairly easy. To get the spray nozzle off, you have to, this is just on mine of course, yours might be different. You squeeze these two sides, the tabs, and then this disconnects, and you can get the spray nozzle out and pull it straight up through here. That's out of the way. And there's a big nut that goes on here, and the nut goes on, and there's two screws that go on to the sides to make sure it stays tight. And then on the sides, on this bolt and this bolt, that has nuts on it also, and big washers. I'll show you what they look like. These are the washers that go on, and these are the big nuts that screw on to the bolts that come down. There's two of them. That holds that tight. And then this is the washer and the nut that holds the center part on. And once you get it up there tight, you set your set screws. I'm assuming you'll want them almost loose, almost flush to start off, and then you just tighten them up. There's another rubber washer, maybe that probably goes on top of here, and then so you're not crushing or breaking your sink. So I've got the new one set in there. What I've got to do is slide this nut and washer back over the center, tighten that up. And then this fastens up to, oh, there's another hose someplace. It's supposed to be sticking down there. Where's it at? Oh, see that white thing up there? That's what that snaps into. And then this gets a weight put on it kind of toward the bottom, so that when you, the purpose is when you want to raise this back up, the weight pulls the hose down and this goes back up easy. So it's kind of a balancing act. You just got to put it in the right spot. Oh, that was on there too. I think that actually goes on first, up against your sink, and then this goes on and this goes on. So let's see if I can get that on there started, and then I can at least get some stability to the faucet. When you get it in there, before you make your final tight fits with the outside two nuts and the center one, make sure you've got this where you want it, so it's parallel with the back of the sink. And let me get in there with you, show you what it looks like. I've always hated working on sinks because you got this 4, 5, 6 inch drop off here, which is kind of hard on the back. But let's see what we have here. So you got your washers and your nut, and you got to feed all 4 hoses through those one at a time, and then you get it kind of tight up there. And then when you get it where you want it, take your flat screwdriver in this case and tighten that one up and the other one up, And then those other washers and nuts will go on those bolts sticking down there. So I'll get that hooked up. And then, of course, you got to hook your hot and cold water lines up down here. And they should be the right sizes if all goes well. And I see one of these is red and one of them is blue. So the left one should be hot and the right one should be cold. So this should be the hot. And then you have to take a long hose and get it up into that connector. And looks like it just pops in there and snaps into place. And what else? Tighten up all your connections. And then I'll have to figure out where I want this weight so that it goes up and down like it's supposed to. So let me get all that connected. Well, I got all my connections made and the water's turned on and nothing's leaking. And that one, the one end slides into the other end, and then there's a little sleeve that comes down on it to lock it into place. And let's see. Well, I don't see any water running anywhere it's not supposed to. That's a good thing. So now I just got to get that weight on there, and you got to go on the side that's going to go up toward the faucet, and then when you let go of it, it'll go back down. But if it's up here on the wrong side, it won't pull the hose back down in there. So I guess I'm just going to put it about right here. Hope that works. So the way this works, it's hinged on one side and it's got a little fastener on the other side. It snaps into place. You just pull up on that. Comes apart, and this is pretty heavy. It's probably filled with sand, I suppose. And then snap it onto the hose and lock it into place. Let's see if that works. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Since you want it to bring the hose down, I guess you need to put it down in here someplace, I would think. Hang on a second. I went to clip it and it came out of my finger and went flying, so I had to go find it. But it snapped into place there. Let's try it, see if it works. I think it would work better if I put it on the right side. Leave it to me to not follow instructions or read them. Now that I see it, there's a piece of plastic here and here with arrows that say put the weight right here. So you don't even have to guess where it goes. It goes right there. Now, maybe this has a forward and a backwards. It's got a notch. Okay, so it's got a notch in the back, so it only goes in one place. I don't know if I like that, but pull it down, spray off your dishes. Back she goes. In this case, the way this sink is designed, it hits the drain over there. I've had problems with it before where it gets on the wrong side of the drain. And it doesn't want to work. But at least now we can do dishes again and not have water leaking underneath the sink cabinet. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you the brand of my other one, if I can remember. It's called a Hansgrohe, Hansgrohe. And really the only thing I needed to replace was the hose that slides in and out. But I didn't want to wait and order a part and then wait several days or a week because it keeps getting underneath the sink wet. So thanks for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe.